Hello, and welcome back to my channel, Consciousness by Clara. You know, at the current time, we're all thinking about our immune system, right? And the pandemic and what we're going through. So we're talking about vitamin C and hand sanitizers and vitamin E and lysine and zinc and all those wonderful things that we can do to raise our physical immunity. But you know, we've been going through a lot of energetic shifts here as well. If you saw my last video on the supermoon, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So at some point, I would like us all to be talking about our energetic immunity. What are we doing to raise our energy system, to raise our vibration? You know, that part of us needs to be healthy as well. That is every bit as important as the physical. As the physical follows the energetic. So in future videos, I'll be talking about how we can raise our vibration. But what I have really observed in the last couple of days, and really in the last couple of weeks, is that with everything going on, there is just a tremendous amount of fear out there. And I know you've all seen it too. And with that fear is a lower vibration, so it does tend to lower our vibratory rate if we're not careful. And during that time, there's a lot that happens with our energy field. So what I want to talk about today is some different ways that you can clear your energy field. Now, please keep in mind, I am all about prevention. I believe that our first amount of attention should be paid to keeping our vibration high, keeping our thought processes high, you know, nice and clean, out of fear, into good high vibrations, and that's going to prevent the need to clear. However, right now, we live in a changing world. We're all going through this wonderful ascension process, so nobody's perfect. We're going to experience some lower vibratory thoughts, feelings, as we release all these things that come to the surface. I mean, once again, with that expansive energy that's been coming in, we're all evaluating what relationships do we have in our lives that no longer serve us? What jobs do we have? Everything, thought processes that we have that no longer serve us. So this really is a time of growth, expansion, but part of that growth and expansion is reevaluation and release. And once again, that can definitely play a part on the energy field. So I just want to talk, as I try to keep my videos about 10, 15 minutes or less, I just want to talk a little bit on some ideas of how you can clear your energy field on a daily basis. Okay? Maybe you know some of these. Maybe you'll be picking up some new tools as we talk. But I want to talk with you about 5 easy, simple ways that you can do anytime, any place, anywhere. Okay? First off would be the simplest, reconnecting with Mother Earth. There are so many things that we can rebuild, restore, rejuvenate within ourselves by just getting our bare feet on the ground. If you can't do that, if it's too cold, go to a park and touch a tree, or go out in your yard and touch a tree. And I will say, somewhere in my photo albums, I have a photo of myself standing in almost a foot of snow barefoot because I desperately needed to ground. So it is possible. I didn't stay there too long. My feet got really cold and turned red, but it worked really well. That was after a really hard day. So as you're standing on the ground, or as you're touching that tree, or as you're bonding with a houseplant in your house, as we're all in stay-at-home mode now, really want you to close your eyes and visualize that wonderful high vibrational energy coming in from the divine through the crown chakra, coming down through your entire chakra system, down through the heart, down through the sacral, and really grounding out through the feet. And as you vision and see in your mind's eye that wonderful white light energy flushing through your system and clearing out anything that is of lower vibration, anything that no longer serves you, allow Mother Earth to transmute it, and then see and feel that energy coming back up through the feet, back up through the chakra system, and back out once again through the crown chakra, and completing that full cycle of energy. Not only will that cleanse your energy, but it will help open it to flow. That is a fantastic, easy, and quick way that you can clear your energy field. Okay? Second is one that so many people already do, and I know you're probably aware of it, is using some sort of clearing mix. So whether you are using a sage, whether you're using a sage mix, such as burning Palo Santo, using an essential oil spray, or maybe you're creating your own sage mix with things that really call to you. things like cedar and sage and sweetgrass, maybe some mugwort, things like that, that will really help to alleviate any of that lower vibration that may be adhering to your field or within your field from things that you've released. If you choose to do that, as you see that smoke wafting around the body, see, as a Native American belief, that that smoke is carrying those things up to the heavens for transmutation. And allow yourself to really feel that at that energetic level. Okay? Visualization and feeling through this process are important. They're a part of us. Okay? Another that many people don't think about but works really well, and if you're a practitioner, you may have heard of this, is to keep a bowl of water with salt in it. And as you're walking in and out of a room, like you're washing your hands in the salt water, you can do that and then dry your hands. Or let's say that you're coming out of an experience with someone that you want to cut the energy with. I know this has a little more to do with cutting cords, but it can become important with all of us being closed in smaller quarters right now. So it's definitely an easy one, and you can always think of it as a way to help sanitize with cleanliness as well. You know, salt works wonderful for those things, but we're looking at it from the energetic standpoint. So a great tool to keep in mind as well. You know, again, I can't state enough. One of the biggest things we want to be sure to do is keep our vibration as high as possible. And one of the ways that I suggest people do that is by daily meditating. When you do that, another clearing tip that you can use, another clearing tool that you can use, is to call on Archangel Michael. Ask him, and visualize this as well through the process. See his sword of light going around your physical body, around your energy field. Starting at one side, going all the way around, going down the front, up the back, ceiling top, ceiling bottom. But the point here that you cannot forget to do is to ask the angels to replace any energy that has been moved, transmuted, to bring in that higher vibration. And as you've heard me say before, the universe does not like a void. So let's ask the angels to bring in that higher vibrational light to help fill those areas up and raise our vibration overall. And as always, stay in gratitude and say thank you. And last but not least, never, ever, ever forget to call in your light family. We all have so many beings of light that work with us each and every day, and many of us are completely unaware of it. So call in your family of light. Call in your guides, your angels, the archangels, the ascended masters, your wisdom teachers, your totem animals, everyone that you normally work with, your crossed over loved ones of high vibration, and ask them to help you sustain your energy field. Not only to help clear, but to help sustain. And it's amazing what gifts and what wonderful help that we can receive from the divine, but we just have to ask. And so many times we forget. So don't forget that one as well. Now, I do want to bring up one other point here, and that is that when you're doing this work, a lot of times you're releasing. As I mentioned before, we have new energy coming in, so those old thought processes that no longer serve us, those old relationships that no longer serve us, they're rising to the surface. Hopefully we're sifting through them, we're doing our work, we're releasing, we're clearing, and that is part of our growth path. But remember, sometimes when we do that, we have to set new boundaries. Now, I will be doing a whole nother video on boundaries because I believe that deserves a lot of attention all its own. But sometimes when we clear, we have to remember to set boundaries from what we had to clear from in the first place. So whether that is expanding your light to a new area to push that boundary a little further out, or whether that is setting boundaries about who you're going to choose to be around at this point, or how you're going to choose to conduct your life. Think about it this way. When an alcoholic goes into recovery, do they still hang out at the bar? Do they still hang out with their old drinking buddies? Usually not if they have long-term recovery. They actually move forward, set new boundaries, and find new ways to take care of themselves and new supportive people to be around. So that's what I'm suggesting you do as well. We may all be in a stay-at-home at this present time, but believe it or not, we're not isolated. Just like this video, we have phones, we have internet, we have hundreds of apps in which we can all stay connected. FaceTime, Skype, Zoom. So please take advantage of those, but remember, You're also responsible for your energy through this process. So take care of yourself on all levels, and we'll talk again soon.